Wow, that sounds. So anyway, this is the what we're doing is we're just commemorating the 6th anniversary of the invasion of Iraq, but also keep in mind it's the 8th anniversary of the invasion of Afghanistan as well. And I guess when you think about it, we might as well call this the halfway to Vietnam tour by the time this is all over. But anyway, what we're going to do is we're going to be doing just discussing a little bit of our own experiences today, what we've been through, who we are. The host of this, the people who put it together, is the Wasatch Coalition for Peace and Justice, Dayton Goodwin. We also have a lot of other people here from different organizations. Aaron Davis from Veterans for Peace. Gene Thunderhawk here. Gene, what was the organization's name again? American Indian Movement. Wonderful organization. Gene Thunderhawk's got a huge history behind him. If you ever want to read about it, it's amazing. But anyway, what we're going to do is we're going to start off with an introduction from ourselves, and it's going to be really informal. It's going to be individually driven, however they'd like to do it. We're going to have unlimited time to speak, and afterwards we'd like to be able to open it up for a Q&A, and as opposed to a Q&A just addressed to one individual, like to be able to, well, if we have a question addressed to a specific individual, I'd like everyone to be able to contribute to that as they would like. So with that, I'll introduce Gary Barkley.
I'm not going to use the podium.
Me neither.
I'm Gary Barkley. I'm an Iraq vet. I was there from April 2006 to April 2007. I was a civil affairs officer. I was trained as an engineer, but I was reclassified to civil affairs for deployment. I was the operations officer for the Nineveh Provincial Reconstruction Team, which was in Mosul, Iraq. I was the ops officer for them. And, well, that's basically my thing. I mean, obviously there's stories that go behind that. But today I am a published author, and I am also an internet radio host. And then, of course, I have my regular full-time job, which is completely irrelevant to this forum. So I don't bother with that. But that's who I am. And then I know that Chris has prepared remarks. I don't really, so I'll turn it over to him to introduce himself. Louis Paul.
My name is Chris Conway. I was in the 4th Infantry Division, 1st Battalion, 12th Infantry. I was an infantry machine gunner, deployed to Iraq in 2003, and was lucky enough to come back before everybody else was, because I was supposed to get out of the Army before the end of the deployment. But even though I didn't kill anybody over there, and even though I didn't see any carnage up close, I could still see some very culture-raping things going on in that place that somehow I was able to keep under wraps until I came back from there, so I wouldn't get in trouble. But anyway, I guess that's simple. Since I came back, I've been looking. Right after I came back, I started looking for peace groups to join, and as soon as I was able to get out of the National Guard, after being called back up, I started speaking out, spoke at the Capitol, spoke at the City Hall building down here less than a year later, and at two of the largest speech rallies we recently had. And so, yeah, now here I am, I guess.
I'm Andy Figorski. I've served 2 tours in Iraq. The first was in 2004 from January to October. It was with the 416 Civil Affairs Battalion, which very interesting unit. That's one of the things Gary and I have in common, both civil affairs. And after that, I reclassed into infantry. I became an infantry non-commissioned officer with 2505, which is a unit of the 82nd Airborne Division. So after serving a deployment with them and being medevac back, what happened was we were suffered 2 closed head wounds. One was when we were in an ambush. I got shot right here and suffered blunt force trauma. Fortunately, the helmet stopped it. 2 weeks later, I was traveling in a vehicle with a vehicle crew, and we were blown up. We were blown up just ID, buried 2 deep. Fortunately, that's what kept us alive. And just knocked me out, and they said I suffered trauma to the back of the brain right here. And went through about 6 to 8 months of speech and cognitive therapy. It's been one hell of a road. It's been one crazy time. And I had great people to support me all the way through it. And now I'm here with just about everyone I love. I'm here with great people. And people who've stuck with me the whole way through, dedicated people who come to just about every event that we speak at. And thank you guys so much for coming to this. I mean, really, you guys really endure what we have to say. And I know it's tough for you guys because you probably know our stories front to back. So, we try to keep it as different as possible and as engrossing as possible because I don't want to hear about the same thing all the time. So that's why we try to do something a little different every time. So with that, what I'd like to do is be able, if anyone has anything that they'd like to be able to discuss personally, I'd like to be able to allocate people the time that they'd like. After that discussed time, we can go ahead. Yes, Dave?
Let's encourage Chris to go ahead and give his share.
Exactly.
Go ahead and use the podium.